In this episode of Tucker Carlson's podcast, comedian and actor Rob Schneider shares his reflections on his career, personal life, and the current political climate in America. The conversation touches on a variety of topics, including Schneider's time on Saturday Night Live, the challenges he faces due to his political beliefs, and his heartfelt response to his daughter, Elle King. Schneider begins by reminiscing about his time on SNL, which he joined in the late 1980s. He describes the experience as a formative period in his career, filled with camaraderie and creativity. The cast he worked with, including Dana Carvey, Mike Myers, and Phil Hartman, was exceptionally talented, and Schneider felt fortunate to be part of such a dynamic group. He recalls the pressure of living up to the legacy of previous SNL casts, particularly during a time when the show was facing criticism for not being as good as its predecessors. Despite the challenges, Schneider found joy in the work and the opportunity to make people laugh. He notes that comedy has always been a way to question authority and address societal issues, a principle that he believes is essential for comedians. The conversation highlights the importance of humor in navigating difficult topics and the role of comedy in fostering dialogue. As the discussion shifts to politics, Schneider candidly shares his experiences of losing friends due to his outspoken views. He expresses concern about the current state of political discourse, where individuals are often afraid to voice their opinions for fear of backlash. He notes that many of his colleagues in the entertainment industry share his views privately, but are hesitant to speak out publicly due to the potential consequences. He emphasizes the need for open dialogue and the importance of standing up for one's beliefs, even in the face of adversity. Schneider's perspective reflects a growing sentiment among many Americans who feel that political correctness has stifled free speech and created an environment of fear. He urges listeners to engage in conversations about their beliefs and to challenge the status quo, regardless of the potential fallout. A significant portion of the podcast is dedicated to Schneider's relationship with his daughter, Elle King. Recently, King publicly expressed her feelings about their relationship, which prompted Schneider to reflect on his role as a father. He conveys his deep love for her and acknowledged his shortcomings as a parent, particularly during his earlier years when he was focused on his career. Schneider's message to King is one of love, acceptance, and a desire for healing. He expresses regret for not being the father she needed at a younger age and emphasizes his commitment to being there for her now. Throughout the conversation, Schneider's faith emerges as a guiding force in his life. He speaks about the importance of spirituality in navigating personal and societal challenges. He shares his belief that there is a divine purpose behind the struggles individuals face, and he encourages listeners to find strength in their faith. He discusses the concept of generational trauma and how it can impact family relationships. Schneider's reflections on his upbringing and the influence of his parents shape his understanding of love, forgiveness, and resilience. He emphasizes the need for compassion and empathy in addressing the pain that individuals and families experience. As the podcast progresses, Schneider and Carlson delve into the current political climate in America. Schneider expresses concern about the rise of authoritarianism and the erosion of free speech. He highlights the dangers of censorship and the impact it has on society, particularly in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic. Schneider's critique of the government's response to the pandemic resonates with Carlson, who echoes similar sentiments about the need for transparency and accountability. The conversation touches on the importance of questioning authority and advocating for individual rights, particularly in the face of government overreach. In closing, Schneider reflects on the future of comedy and the role it plays in society. He expresses hope that comedians will continue to challenge societal norms and push boundaries, even in a climate of fear. The podcast concludes with Schneider reiterating his love for America and his desire to see the country thrive. He emphasizes the importance of unity and understanding in overcoming the challenges that lie ahead.